Yes, it began around this time yesterday, and 9 targets so far we know have been hit. More than 37 people, civilians, have lost their lives. This includes women and children. Their pictures, videos are all around in the media, not just Pakistani media. About 58 or 59 are injured, some of them grievously. It is a serious matter because 37 people were being buried all over Pakistan today. So it is a very, very serious matter. Of course, Pakistan wanted to avoid it. We have been saying for the last 14, 15 days, let's investigate the matter. International investigation. Pakistan is ready to join the international investigation. Including UN Security Council, so many countries have requested for de-escalation, but instead of listening to that, India chose to attack yesterday.
High Commissioner, you say that Pakistan didn't want it to escalate. Do you still not want it to escalate?
We never wanted it to escalate. The attack has happened. 37 civilians have lost their lives. Of course, our National Security Committee, that is the chief decision-making body led by the Prime Minister, it met today. And of course, a statement has come out of it. A final decision will be of the Security Committee. Let's see how it pans out today.
I mean, in your assessment, and I've been speaking to Pakistani ministers who say they will respond, from your assessment, what could that response look like?
No, it is not for me to predict what it would be. Pakistan's first choice was peace, and we insisted on that. We chose the best way forward, that we thought that, okay, don't believe us, don't believe the Indians, believe the international community, tell them, and an international inquiry can...
In terms of an investigation?
Of course, that is the...
I just want to point out to investigations, because in 2001, the Indian Parliament was attacked. Pakistan was invited to be part of the investigation. In 2008, the Mumbai attacks took place. The finger of blame was pointed at terrorist groups that had arrived into Mumbai from Pakistan. Pakistan was called on for an investigation. In 2016, the Uri attack, Pakistan was invited to be part of the investigation. In 2019, the Pulwama attack took place. Pakistan was invited to be part of the investigation. At all of these different junctures, Pakistan may have cooperated on the surface, but it didn't do anything to prevent these terror groups from flourishing within the country.
First, we have to have our facts right. Somebody has given you the paper, but he has
No one
not...
has given me this paper, actually. I spoke to, and I've been documenting and following this, but please,
if I may.
But this isn't a paper that someone has just...
The facts have to be right. The 2008, it was not that Pakistan was invited every time, as you say. No, Pakistan itself said that there should be an investigation. And all these investigations are pending because lack of Indian collaboration. It is the... Let me complete. No.
I just want to point out, because Prime Minister Modi was criticised for inviting Pakistan to Delhi to be part of an investigation at one point, and yet...
Which investigation?
It was either the 2016, the Uri attack, or the 2019...
No, it can be either. We're talking of facts. There was no such thing that he was criticised for something.
By the Indian public.
It is pending, but maybe, I don't know, but it is pending because India unilaterally in 2019 decided to throw all international law under the bus and withdraw the Article 370. Since then, there is no dialogue. The SAARC summit, SAARC is the organization which runs South Asia, which should have led South Asia to development, 1.7 billion people. It is dysfunctional for one reason. India doesn't want it to move forward. 2016 November, the summit was to be in Islamabad. 9 years have passed. Look where GCC has gone. Look where African Union has gone.
Wait. High Commissioner, I do want you to get your points across, and that's why we've invited you on the program.
No, but this has to be clarified that it is not pending because of Pakistan. India has to provide the evidence. We have to collaborate. The delegations have to meet. The embassies have to interact. If they throw missiles at my country, how do we collaborate with them? And there is no dialogue since 2016 because they stopped everything. They walked out of the summit, which they agreed. Facts, because I deal with it.
Yes.
First, on February 2016, India agreed to holding of SAARC summit. This agreement was in Pokhara in Nepal. I was there, and the date was agreed was November. Now they backed out of it.
So you're talking about a summit versus India
Dialogue.
And a dialogue. The dialogue, correct.
The dialogue has to happen for the collaboration and everything.
But the accusation here is on Pakistan funding these terrorist organizations.
There are accusations about everything, and we can relitigate history or whatever we can do. The issue was that you said that among 5 or 6, and I can give you 5 others, in which allegations were made on us. Then there is Samjhauta Express. Allegations are on India. We have said again and again, let's sit down, let's discuss, let's find a solution.
Do you think, though, when terrorists launch these types of attacks, it completely derails any chance of both sides sitting down, having dialogue, talking to each other to bring about peace?
I believe in that you have to overcome the terrorist attacks and continue with dialogue. That is the only way. If your dialogue process is derailed by one terror attack, then in the entire world, nothing can move forward.
It wasn't one terror attack, though. We're talking, I
multiple.
Went through it.
Samjhauta Express happened.
The parliament was attacked, the Mumbai attacks.
The Indians took Siachen, the whole glacier, Kamar and Chorbatla. The history, when you go into history, it is a very painful history.
It is an incredibly painful history on both sides, which I put to your defense minister just in the last week.
We have to come out of the defense minister thing. I think you have made the point.
But the information minister as well yesterday was talking about things like Osama bin Laden didn't exist in and wasn't found in.
We can start the history from 1947 and we can continue with it, and I can quote books and you can. The issue, what is the issue now? 1.3 billion Indians, 250 million Pakistanis.
Need to find a common ground.
Need to coexist. Yalda, this is very important. We have to find, I'm a diplomat.
Yes.
My job is to find a solution in which both the countries at least find some space in which they can move forward. My children can...
But sir, I know and I understand, and as you say, it is a painful history, but when the military, the intelligence services, the security forces in Pakistan, the defense establishment are accused, and it is a known documented fact that even the State Department has been following and the Trump administration has criticized, is that Pakistan uses these proxies. Unless that is overcome and these terrorist attacks continue,
the Samjhauta Express, the entire train was burnt, people were burnt alive. There is no accusation on Pakistan, and I can quote you 10 other incidents because this is allegations counter. How do you come out of these counter allegations? International investigation. Why is India shirking from an international investigation if they are so sure?
I mean, that is why I've pointed to these other investigations.
No, but this is wrong. I have quoted you. I have quoted you instances on all these. Pakistan is ready to collaborate. India has to come to the table, and of course we have to share evidence. The witnesses have to be presented. There are legal procedures, which of course are in front of... Just quoting, like naming 10, and I can name you 20, that they took the entire Siachen glacier, and it's still controversial.
I mean, again, you keep pointing to these investigations, but for Pathankot attack in 2016, India did invite a joint investigation team to Pakistan.
Yes.
And I mean,
not to Pakistan. India invited a team went there.
Yes, which
then
is what
it is stopped because there is no collaboration they have stopped the collaboration. We have not. They are the ones who walked out of Kashmir. They are the ones. Since 2016, there is no dialogue.
But if you're not cracking down on these terror groups, which is the point of contention...
We are doing whatever we can, because my country, I would know it better. We are doing whatever is possible, much more than Pakistan is the biggest victim. On 25th of March, the entire train was hijacked and entire train, the stuff of films. And clear links to...
Then why does the intelligence agencies and the military continue to support these groups?
Nobody is supporting anything. The links are going to India, and there was, clear indications.
No, but I'm talking about these proxy groups that exist in
I am not talking of any proxy groups, and we can discuss everything. I am talking of India and Pakistan. Can we find a solution to the problem? And we can have a longish discussion of your understanding of history or my understanding of history. How do we move forward? By allegations and counter-allegations? No. We have to find the appetite to sit together, discuss it patiently, not by bombing my country in the middle of the night yesterday and killing 37 civilians. Now, you're missing entire thing that in one of my foreign service colleagues, his nephew had shahadat, 6-year-old Irtaza Abbas, 6-year-old, and he was in his home, the home was bombed and the boy is dead. Who is responsible?
And What about reports that the leader of Jaish-e-Mohammed's family, 10 members of his family were killed? Reports that have come out.
I have seen, there is no confirmation of it. I don't know. As I say, there is no love lost for anyone. Let's investigate. Let somebody independent investigate. My Prime Minister is saying, then...
And if links of Jaish-e-Mohammed were found within Pakistan?
You can't name them like this without any, you can't be the judge, jury and executioner. We have to investigate before we start. What has India done? We presume that these were mosques that were attacked.
They're seminaries, madrasas and
mosques,
seminaries.
And you can go and see that. The international media was there yesterday. We were just taking them around. Mosques have been attacked.
But madrasas and seminaries
that are
they are
mosques.
Extremist building factories.
You can imagine anything that you want, and I would respect that. Of course, it's your imagination. Something has to be proven. Would you let anyone in Europe do that? And I'm going to bomb that country because I think there's a seminary or something. That can't happen.
I'm just going to keep you there because we have with us on the program as well, just to get the view from India. And this is not going to be a debate or a panel discussion, but I do want to bring in Javeer Singh, a spokesperson from the Indian Prime Minister's ruling BJP party. Mr. Gill, thank you so much for joining us here on the programme. You've been hearing from the High Commissioner. The High Commissioner is saying that the past needs to be put behind everyone. We're talking about 1.4 billion Indians and several hundred million Pakistanis. Both countries need to coexist. What is your response to what the High Commissioner is saying?
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Ms. Hakim, has a 3E policy: evaporate, eradicate, and eliminate terrorist and supporter of terrorist. And Operation Sindoor is a living testimony to that. On 24th April, our Prime Minister made a commitment to the nation that those who support terror will be eliminated. 7th May, Operation Sindoor is a fulfillment of that promise. As far as Pakistan is concerned, the message, our Operation Sindoor, is just not a mission. It's a clear message to Pakistan and the entire world that enough is enough, no more. India will not tolerate terrorism, and India will not hesitate to eliminate terrorism. That message has to be clear. And lastly, India's right to self-defense is uncompromisable. Now, Pakistan is thick-skinned and shameless. Pakistan talking about finding common grounds. Pakistan talking about peace is like a devil quoting from the scriptures. If Pakistan was so innocent and holier than thou, why they have been on the FATF grey list for the longest period of time? Why was Osama bin Laden found there? Why the entire world today frowns upon Pakistan?
Mr. Gill, I just want to, interrupt because one of the things that Pakistan is pushing back on, they're saying that there's been no investigation following the 22nd of April terror attack in Kashmir, and India automatically pointed the finger of blame on Pakistan without any kind of investigation taking place, that there should have been an international investigation and that Pakistan was willing to cooperate in that.
After 2001, 2008, 2016, 2019, time for investigation is over. India is now all for action against terror camps. In fact, the ambassador sitting on your show and the entire Pakistan civilian population should be grateful to Prime Minister Narendra Modi that he has done what Pakistan army and Pakistan government cannot do, that is eliminate terrorists.
Well, they're concerned about civilian populations being hit. They say that mosques have been targeted and civilian populations have been killed as a result of these airstrikes.
Let me be very clear on your show. Terrorists are not civilians. Our press release officially from the Government of India clarified with proof, visuals, no civilian, no military establishment, and no civilian houses were hit. 9 terrorist sites were attacked and hit to ensure those monsters who attacked India do not repeat the same mistake in their next 7 lives. That's a categorical statement with proof.
Could you tell us a little bit more about this evidence that you're pointing to of the targets that were hit? Because there's all sorts of information coming out on all sorts of platforms about who may have been targeted and killed. From the Pakistani side, they say that they have images, videos that show that civilians, including women and children, were hit and targeted, including mosques. And India last night, the army put out a statement to say that these were seminaries that were hit, that groups like Jaish-e-Mohammed, which they believe were linked to the Kashmir attack of the 22nd of April, were targeted. And there's all sorts of information currently in the fog of war that seems to be swirling around.
10:30 a.m. India time, the government of India did a detailed press briefing where all the visuals were also there. Secondly, Ms. Hakim, please understand the approach between the two nations. Difference. India believes in combating terrorism. Pakistan believes in supporting terrorism. And when ambassador on your show talks about evidence, the defense minister of Pakistan was asked, you are claiming that you shot down 5 Indian planes. Where is the proof? He says it's all over social media. Now, that is the kind of hallucination Pakistan suffers from. On the contrary, today Pakistan has hit a Sikh holy temple, killed children, hit civilians in Poonch. India is still warning that Pakistan should stop, resist supporting terrorists. Otherwise, Pakistan is already known as a country which holds a record for deploying their air force, deploying their army, and hitting Indian civilians for what? For the sake of pleasing terrorists in terror camps, which have put a begging ball in the hands of Pakistan. There is a reason. My last comment. India is the voice of global South, and Pakistan is the face of global terrorism. And we will slap that face hard. And there is no negotiation in that.
Well, at this point, things are tense and have escalated on both sides. Will India back down now, draw a line in the sand? Because Pakistan says that it has no choice but to retaliate, given the scale of the attack last night.
2 quick points. Number one, if Pakistan will retaliate, they will hit another self-goal and expose themselves and prove to the world that Pakistan is in support of terror and terror groups. Number 2, India will not back down. India is awake. India will not sleep till each and every terror camp in Pakistan is destroyed.
Mr. Gill, thank you very much for joining us here on the program.
Thank you.
I just want to get your reaction, because there's clearly a lot of anger in India around this. It's going back to the root of what we were talking about, that terrorist camps exist in Pakistan, and India says that that's what it hit. On the point of the Pakistani Defence Minister Khwaja Asif speaking to television networks and saying that these fighter jets were struck down and referencing social media, that is an interview that I saw as well. Just your response and statement to that.
First, we should always be civilized in our comments. So the kind of language, it's very nice. Even if we go to war with India, that doesn't stop me from being civilized. So my comments will be within civility. The jets shot down. I hope you have seen in the CNN now, there's this news item quoting a French intelligence person and clearly saying that more than one planes, Rafales, were shot down. More information is coming. I am no one to doubt CNN. It is a global name. It has published something. So there must be some merit to it. There are others, many others.
I mean, I'm quoting the defense minister who was pointing to social media, not actual
No, I am quoting you CNN, and you can see it. Just one search.
He spoke to CNN, the defense minister.
Yeah, you can. What I'm quoting can be checked on CNN. This is a French intelligence. They are quoting. I'm not quoting anything. That their planes have been shot down. And we should be still, whatever we go to fight or not, we should be civil and we should have logic in whatever we are saying. Just by claiming that they are terrorists, I am this means nothing. Please, let me. Now you have.
I do want to. I know you're making a civility. I know you're making a civility.
This is not how it's my country at stake. It's not my persona that This is not acceptable. The kind of language that he was making. This is the reputation of your institution also. We should be, fine, we go to war. But that doesn't take us out of the civility. The anger you mentioned, or they mentioned, there's anger there. 37 of my civilians are dead and there's anger there. This is crazy. How
did you think India was going to respond to this attack?
Which attack?
This, the 22nd of April attack that took place in Kashmir.
You have to, for God's sake, you have to prove something. You can't be the judge. I respect you a lot. But whatever you say can't be taken on the face value.
It's not me. It's not me saying it. No, but
symbol.
There is a history of
No history.
Lashkar-e-Taiba. There is a history of Lashkar-e-Taiba, the military, the ISI backing these groups. So
there's a history of
we
many
can
other
go back and forth on this.
We can.
You know, but there is a reason
that
Pakistan was on a grey list for many years. And up until 2022, the State Department said that there were terrorist groups and organizations within.
Something was checked that this is okay, fine. The international community respect the law. They said that you are not on the grey list anymore. Accept it then. That's fine. Somebody must have checked. Somebody must have verified. There are institutions.
So every madrasa, every seminary,
I don't know. You should ask the FATF, na? If there's a question mark here, please ask the FATF. Then why did you take them? You know, you have to respect something. You don't respect the UN. By you, I mean, you know, them. That you don't respect the UN Security Council resolutions, which you accepted that you'll ask the people of Jammu and Kashmir whatever they want. They agreed to it. Now they have walked out of it. You don't accept the Indus Waters Treaty, the treaty that negotiated for 10 years and everything, and you say, we are walking out of it. A country which is like in a habit of not following international law is telling...
I mean, they would say the same about Pakistan.
No, but I'm quoting you
I know you are so, and I know that you're a diplomat, and I know that Pakistan's civilian government has long tried to distance itself with the history of funding and backing terrorist proxy groups. But that is also part of Pakistan's history, which Bilawal Bhutto has admitted to me, which your defense minister has admitted to me.
Is sadly not just any terror group. It is the Jammu and Kashmir dispute, which is there for 78 years.
And that's why these terror groups exist within Pakistan, to target...
No, they were there or not there. The problem remains you are not ready to ask the people of Jammu and Kashmir what they want. You want to impose upon them Indian terrorism like what they did with Pakistan yesterday night.
So terror groups go in and launch these types of attacks.
No, I never said that. Pakistan is not going to accept such kind of attacks. Let's be very clear. We cannot be cowed out because they launch missiles or something. We will remain civil. We will retaliate whenever we are attacked. There should be no doubt about that.
High Commissioner, we're grateful that you've joined us on the program.
Thank you very much, Yalda.